Hi, I'm Jay Devon. I'm here to share my love for tennis with you and to help you be happier on the court. Today's video to help you to be happier on the court is about compression wear. First thing is, with the compression wear, to get the benefit of it, I would recommend don't wear the up to your arm so it's not here, or the sleeveless one. I mean, why would you cut off the benefit you get by wearing it shorter? I always go for the full length. So from the wrist all the way up, and the top piece is up to my hips here, and then the bottom piece is from the hip all the way and covering the ankle, down to the ankle, sitting on the top. So versus, of course, there's the ones where they have it half leg or down to just above the knee. So my feeling is, why would you not go all the way and cover up all those important things, like people having soreness with the knee and the ankles, and the calf muscles are very easy to irritate or tear. So then first one would be full length. So when you see me and I'm at the tennis court coaching, then I'm going to be in the full length ones, both the upper body and the lower body. When you're doing a lot of sport and you're doing it for long, or you're doing it at a high intensity, or you're not very fit, or you are very fit, then you're going to have, the muscles are the whole length. They don't only stop here or stop here. So then to have the full length one is way better than to have the other one. Of course, I have to mention for sure, when you're wearing compression wear, is that you are definitely going to feel warmer. Okay, so that could be what you would say the downside is. But on the flip side is that one of the big benefits of having the compression wear is that by feeling warmer, and such a sport that's intermittent, where there's walking around and change of ends and having a drink, etc., is then your muscle temperature, because of this being on full length on the whole body, means that your muscle temperature is not going to have so much fluctuation when you're standing around and walking, and then you take off fast to go for a shot, that you're going to take off on a cooler muscle. Your muscles are definitely going to be warmed up, and the temperature is going to be higher for longer. So then when you're thinking of benefits, is then, to me, everybody needs to test it and see how they go for themselves. But for me, I would say that I think that because of wearing the compression wear and your muscle temperature being higher and maintained at a more steady rate instead of a lot of fluctuation, is that you feel like you can have a bit more range of motion in hamstrings and things like that, because when the muscle is warmer, it's more pliable, you can move through range of motion better. So that's my feeling on what happens, and that would make a lot of sense, because you know, when you do a warm-up, one of the ideas is to warm up your muscles so that you can go through range of motion. So if you are warmed up even further because you're wearing this warm stuff on, then that means the likelihood that you'll have more range of motion and be able to extend and do things better is really highly likely that that's the right thing. So then also, of course, when you have the compression wear, is that when you've got it, one of the main things is it's not really a lot of point if it's not that tight. So the first time I went to go try it on, the top from the wrist to the waist, and the lovely lady was helping me with it. I was saying, are you sure it's supposed to be this tight? Because, you know, when you're not used to it, it can feel like that. If you feel it's a bit loose or really comfortable, then you definitely have it too loose. The whole idea is compression is, it needs to be firm, and you need to have everything fitted. So it's definitely, if you're not used to wearing really tight things or fitted things, and even if you are, it's going to be even tighter than that. So you need to make sure that you're not wearing it too loose and you feel more comfortable, because then you're going to miss out on a lot of the benefits of having the compression in the first place. So when you're having the compression wear and you're have a choice, is what is it here? This Ice X. There's supposed to be, because in Singapore it's really hot pretty much all the time, is a built-in cooling system. So if I'm in a warmer place like Singapore, then if, of course, I don't know the scientific research on it, or even if there is any, but if it's possible that there is a cooler set by getting the cooling system, then I'm going for that. Of course, if I'm in a colder place, then I would be looking more to get the thicker one, or the the warmer ones. So the whole trick is to be really warm and they're warmed up so that when you're doing things, everything is much better for you in terms of your recovery and how much muscle and tissue damage do you have when you do sports. Because of course there's always the breaking down of the muscle and then the building up. That's how we're getting improvement. So that would be again one of the big improvements that I feel by wearing these all the time, is that when you're doing all your shots and you're running around and doing everything, then there's always going to be muscle movement when you're exercising and doing sports, and then there's all the impacts and bouncing and running, taking off, change of directions, landing from the serve, etc. Is when you have this muscle movement, which a few years ago they showed the super slow motion camera at the Australian Open a little bit, and they were showing people hit the shots and then the muscles all wobbling like that, which was quite a fascinating thing that they did at the time. Is that's what happens when you're doing exercise and playing tennis and sport. You're going to have muscle movement. Now, when you have the compression wear, if you're keeping it nice and firm, the size, then that means, and you're covering everything up, that means that your elbow, by having not a sleeveless one or not a half arm on, your elbow is going to be included there, where a lot of people get pain in their elbow, is that this full length is going to cover that. Is when you have all this muscle movement, is having a good firm compression means the amount of muscle movement you have, is going to be reduced a lot. So I feel that this is one of the main things that I noticed, that less muscle soreness and less tiredness and faster recovery, all these main things that compression wear is, the idea of it is that I really feel that is true, that by wearing these, that the amount of muscle movement I have is lesser, so I feel less tired and less soreness because of that. If I, initially tried it out and I got some shorter ones where it only went to a bit above the knee, is then I could notice that, conversely to normal, when you have no compression wear at all, that when you're getting some tightness or soreness, in the butt and the quadriceps and things like from all the tennis, is that I noticed that where I had the compression wear, that normal, tightness and soreness from doing a lot of matches, it was fine there, but in the calf muscles, where I didn't have it covered, was unusually sore in comparison to the part much more near the hip where all the rotations and running's occurring. So definitely that's a thing to have, is the full coverage, and to make sure that it's firm. This lesser movement in the muscle I feel is really good. So that's why with the serve and having the shoulder problem a lot of people have, is that having the entire thing covered is definitely a lot better for all your rotator cuff and the shoulder there, is to do that. That makes a lot of difference, I feel. And of course, one of the other really key points of why I first thought I would try wearing this and have never gone back since doing it, is that getting the UV protection. So you're getting all your skin as much as you can, except of course I've got to put all the sunscreen on the hands and what sticks up out from the neck and the face. But otherwise, you're fully covered, and you want to try to get really good UV protection in your compression wear, which brings me to the point of that, of course, same as with, when you're buying your tennis shoes, is you definitely want to go for quality. So you want to go for the brands that are going to be more expensive, but you want to try to get the ones where they really are specifically designed for sport, high performance, for UV protection, and to reduce muscle soreness and help with recovery. So of course, some of the times you see that it helps performance, it makes you perform better. This one, I'm not going to agree with that. This one is, you're the one who's going to do the performance in sport, so it doesn't matter what clothes you're wearing. That's definitely, don't get sold on that. It's all about the sun protection, the reduction in the muscle soreness, keeping the movement lesser, having the body temperature, feeling much warmer so that you can go through range of motion better, you can extend through more. These are all the benefits for sure that I feel. So when you're thinking about whether you should or you shouldn't, I would recommend definitely, as much as you can, is to try to wear the full length compression. And remember these type of points about trying to keep it firm much more than you used to, and go for the full length. But yeah, you should try it out. I'm doing this all the time, and the idea is here, and then I'll show you for the leg one. Then, you know, you can see here, I'm trying to make sure the bottom down there is down as much on top of the ankle bone as I can. Of course, you can't go down too far because it'll interfere with your shoe and feel uncomfortable when you run around, but to try to make sure that it goes down over the ankle bone and have this full length here. And then another important point is, as well as trying to keep it down over the ankle bone here, is when you have it up the top here, is trying to make sure that these, you know, hip to ankle ones, is you actually don't wear it down low over, you know, down past the bone here, and don't pull it up. As one of the ideas is to wear it up where it's supposed to be, so all the hip and the joint between the leg as this comes up to here, that the compression is actually over that part too, because that's going to make a lot of difference. It's you know, one of the problems or mistakes you can do is when you wear it is have it too low at the top and not pull it up enough. You want to keep it firm, pull it up, and you want to try to cover as much area as you can, because you want to have the on the important, you know, core and hip where we're using a lot in tennis, is you want to make sure that that's really covered. So keep them going up to the full range and have the full length. Try to make sure you wear a little bit, I would say, uncomfortably tight, but of course once you're using it and your muscles warm up a bit, then it doesn't maintain that feeling like you just got you know, in a glove type of thing. That goes away very quickly, but it is definitely a lot tighter than you'll normally do. So for me, these are all the main points why I would definitely recommend everyone to try out the compression wear. Is it makes it a lot better for all these type of things where you're looking at, if you're worried about, you know, you haven't played for a while and all these things, or you're not exercising much, is then having everything to be much warmer and to be more held in place, so you don't have as much movement. These make a lot of difference, I feel, in performance and feeling better to be able to get back on the court again the next day, or again on the same day if you're going back out like I'm doing every morning and every afternoon and evening, is to get back on the court quicker. Then that adds up a lot. So have a go, try it out. If you have any questions about it and you haven't tried it before, leave it below and I'll definitely answer you back. Or if you wear it and try it and have any comments to leave, then I'm interested to see what your experience is with wearing it. But that would be the go, is try it out, do it, be happier on the court, make sure you have more fun and play tennis. If you like this video, please subscribe to my tennis YouTube channel so that you can get a notification by email each time a new video is uploaded. Also, don't forget to share this video with your friends so they can enjoy their tennis too.